Before we get into today's video, I want to thank our patrons on Patreon. Thank you to Linda and Sophia. If you would like to be a patron on Patreon as well, you can hit up the link down below. The money goes towards the Christo-Pagan church that we are starting here on YouTube. If you would like to support this channel in other ways, you can do so by hitting up the eBay link down below. That is my business. It keeps the lights on, keeps the channel up and running, keeps food in my stomach and all that good stuff. If you do not have the funds to support this channel, but you would like to do so, you can hit up the subscribe button right down there. You can hit up the bell notification also right there. You can hit that like or dislike button. It all appeases the algorithmic gods of YouTube. All hail the algorithmic gods of YouTube. And if you've done all that, and if it is safe for you to do so, you can consider sharing this on your social media platforms. Now, to today's video. Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich with your Tarot Talk Tuesday. Today, we are talking about the King of Pentacles. We are at the end of the at the end of the suit of Pentacles. Excuse me there. Not editing that out. But we are at the end of the Pentacles. Oh my gosh, we are almost, well, we're through all of the minor arcana. We are going to be taking a slight break from my notes here. This is going to air on December 6th. I'm doing these like in August, so gives you a time frame of how long I've been planning this. But I am going to have a break for the December 20th Tarot Talk, so there will not be a Tarot Talk Tuesday on the 20th. Please don't expect that. And then we will resume Tarot Talks on the 3rd of January with the Fool. So going right into the major arcana and everything. Yeah, we are moving right along. So 2023 is going to be the last year of Tarot Talks. Now, question for that, but let me go ahead and get rid of this card for a second, or that way, Rich. After 2023, whenever we are through all of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, do we go back and re-review everything? Do we maybe read in more depth or take it a little bit further? What do we do for the Tuesday videos from then on? I mean, we have a year and some change, year and a little bit of change to actually think about it. By the time you all see this, it's going to be, less than a year that I want it to be planned out on what we're actually going to do for the 2024 season of the Tarot Talk Tuesdays. So, I mean, we can call it something else. I like the alliteration of something starting with a T, just like the Table Talk Thursdays, TTT. Anyway, yeah. So start getting that rattling around your brain thing. Let me know what you come up with. For that, I would be very much interested. Throw it down in the comments section down below. Let's get into the King of Pentacles. We're going to throw A.E. Waite's Pictorial Key of the Tarot up here, which reads, and this is a long entry for a minor arcana especially. Very long description here. The figure calls for no special description. The face is rather dark, suggesting also courage, but somewhat lethargic in tendency. Okay. Yeah, whatever. The bull's head should be noted as a recurrent symbol on the throne. Okay, yep. You got a couple of them there, and then you got the ones up at the top. So yeah, you got like 4 bull's heads there. Okay, got it. The sign of the suit is represented throughout as engraved or blazoned with the pentagram, typifying the correspondence of the 4 elements in human nature, and that by which they may be governed. Okay. Not sure exactly what that's supposed to mean. Kind of a word salad there. In many old tarot packs, this suit stood for current coin money deniers. I have not invented the substitution of pentacles, and I have no special cause to sustain in respect of the alternative. Okay, this is weird that he's actually like going off and into like, you know, saying what he intends or does not intend. This is odd. Talk about the card, not the not what your intentions were. Uh, but the consensus of divinatory meanings is on the side of some courage, because the cards do not happen to deal, especially with questions of money. I mean, this is weird writing for a description on one of the cards. Um, yeah, very very odd that he's talking directly to the reading audience. Yeah, he's breaking the fourth wall, and I'm not okay with that. Not whenever the rest of the writing was in the well, it was in a narrative style voice. Now he's, you know, yeah, breaking the fourth wall. Not okay. Divinatory meanings: valor, realizing intelligence, business and normal intellectual aptitude. Sometimes mathematical gifts and attainments of this kind, success in these paths. Okay. Reversed: vice, weakness, ugliness, perversity, corruption, peril. Okay, let's get rid of AE weight there. Let's pull up this card a little bit. Whoa, way too big. There we go. Okay, so we have this kingly figure here. He has a scepter. He has the pentacle. I I don't know if he's not really looking down, like he's not like sleeping on the throne. He's kind of looking down at the pentacle, like, yeah, I got this. Yeah, this is mine. You know, that's my pentacle. He again has the grapes and leaves on his robes, a reoccurring theme throughout the pentacles that we've seen. You have the bowls here, the stability, the security, and whatnot, and a big castle looks like behind him, or that he's also in. Like it's that big that, you know, it kind of wraps around, and you see part of it in the background. Um, so yeah, a lot of wealth being shown here, and a lot of growth. Very uh, leafy picture here. But anyway, let's get into our notes. The king is a faithful provider. He uses his ambition and confidence to create wealth for himself and others, and generates his self-worth from what he has accumulated and can share with others. He is also a fatherly figure who provides others with advice, guidance, and wisdom, especially in financial and work-related matters. You are confident and successful at attracting and managing wealth. This is if this comes up in a reading for you. It also indicates that you can translate your vision into something tangible, practical, and very often lucrative. So whenever I'm thinking about this, I think of who's the guy that oh, son of a gun, the 40-hour work week guy. You know, let's see. Hold on. 40. I'm just gonna look it up. Hour work week, or four. It's the 4-hour work week. I'm sorry. 4-hour work week was Timothy Ferriss, the guy that wrote the 4-hour work week. It's a decent read. Um, he talks a lot about automation and hiring out for help and whatnot. But whenever he sets his mind to something, you know, often he has this King of Pentacles type of reaction to it. So he will sit there and say, "Okay, here's the idea. Now let me get my personal assistant on it, and you know, then have this done and have this thing made and then put it into production and put it up on a website and get all the domains for it and create this product and sell it to these businesses, and then I'm basically hands off. I just need somebody to sit there and click a button every time, or I just need to click a button once a day whenever orders come in, and that's all I have to do. I mean, that's basically more or less his model for the 4-hour work week. But he has this type of King of Pentacles reality about him, that anytime that he sets his mind on something, it often becomes very lucrative. Um, and yeah, he takes practical steps to it to attain these goals. He plans it out. He has different models that he goes by, and they work for him. Now that's not to say everybody can do this. He will sit there and say, "Oh, anybody can do it." No. So I would say the vast majority of people cannot attain wealth in that way. And plus, if we're all wealthy, is anybody ever wealthy? But that's the type of thing that this card makes me think of, is Timothy Ferris, where he sneezes and makes $1 million. It's weird. You no longer, continuing on with the notes, you no longer struggle to achieve what you desire, nor do you need to prove yourself. This often indicates the final fulfillment of a creative task. You can now enjoy all that you have accomplished and the success you have created. Continue down this path rather than trying new ways of doing things. You do not need to take any more risks. And going along those lines there, sometimes whenever you are, especially in business, you need to take a risk. And there's the phrase of no risk, no reward. That can certainly definitely be true. I would say take an educated risk, take a well-rationed risk. And by that I mean, take my eBay business, for instance. I can go to an auction, I can buy, $500 worth of stuff. I can take it out to the market. At least I haven't been out to the market in like a couple years, like 3 years. So, for one, there was a job that I got with the storage unit facility, and then, the whole sickness and everything shut everything down. But I would buy something like stuff at an auction for $500, and I get it in big enough bulk and everything for a low enough price that I could take it out to the market, blow it out. I could get $1 a piece on everything there, and still go home with a half-filled vehicle and make $700-800. I could get that quick turnaround. Now, that's not to say that it doesn't come with a lot of work. It definitely does. But my business model was pretty simple. Buy things very low, sell them still relatively low compared to the market value, and, have a quick turnover. It's kind of like playing the penny stocks. If you can buy a stock for a penny and then sell it the next day for 2 pennies, you've made a penny. Same concept. You deal in big enough bulk, and it really, really adds up. My whole thing is you take an educated risk. Usually, if I go to an auction and say, there's a whole bunch of widgets. I'm just going to use my phone as an example. Okay, there's one phone, and it's going up on the auction block. Well, if I'm only willing to pay, so much, if I don't know that this phone goes for $30, $40, $50, then I'm not going to want to pay too much. However, being educated in, the necessity of a phone, I can make an educated guess of, yeah, this should go for, X amount of dollars, and I can bid accordingly. The real challenge is whenever it comes up to things that you have never seen before or never sold before. You've seen them, but you haven't gotten a market value on them. You don't know the condition of them. You weren't looking through every single item to ascertain whether or not it's going to bring in X amount of money. Um, and at that point, you go low on the price, and you just, you get 10 things for $3, and you know that you can make up that money, because if everything sells for $1, you have definitely made money. So I mean, it's that type of business model that it is an educated risk. It's a reasonable risk that you can reasonably get your return on. And that's one thing that I wanted to hit home with this, is you don't need to take any more risks. There will always be risk in business and the practice of finances in general. And with the King of Pentacles, you don't need to take you don't need to take an unnecessary risk or an uneducated risk. You're still going to take a risk. However, it's an educated risk. And once you've been around for a little while, you know what risks will pay out and which ones will not. Let's go ahead and go to the reversed. The King of Pentacles in reverse asks you to look at your relationship with money and wealth. On the one hand, you may not be managing your wealth well. You are not treating your money with respect, and instead need to draw upon your self-discipline and control so you can save for the future while still enjoying the fruits of your labor. Let me stop there. So let's see. Where was I here? I want to. On one hand, you may not be managing your money well. Budgets are a huge thing. There was something in the notes that made me think of something, and then I had to find where it said that so I could make sure that I addressed it appropriately. Anyway, one hand, you may not be managing your money well. Respecting your money and managing it accordingly is very important. Again, by the time you see this one, I might have already done a financial series. I don't know right now, but I was recording the 10 of Pentacles, and I put it out there as a possibility if y'all would like to see a financial series on how to do budgets and stuff like that. If that's something that you're interested in seeing on this channel, let me know. I would love to do one. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if I haven't already done that. Would you watch that? Moving on though, it says, on the other hand, you may be putting money before anything else, negatively impacting your relationship and well-being. This is definitely a true statement. You want to make sure that you don't bow down to the almighty dollar. You want to make sure that whenever you are whenever you're getting money and spending money and whatnot, that isn't the be-all end-all. Still, be in the moment. Be with those who are around you. There are certain things that you can never get back, and that time is one of them. One time with one of my exes, we went out to Walmart, and I just bought the house. I had money to spend, and I was outfitting the house. So I go through and I'm picking stuff off, off the rack or off the shelves and all that, and just throwing them in the cart. I'm not looking at anything. And he looks at me. He's like, "You're not looking at any of the price tags." I said, "Why?" I said, "I want it. I know I can afford it because I was very financially stable at that time." But I told him, I said, "I know I can afford it. I want it. This is what I'm looking for. I'm willing to pay for it. It's money. I will make more." And that's always been kind of a slogan of mine, is it's just money. I will make more. Somehow, some way, I will still make ends meet in order to progress in life. If it comes down to it and I have to declare bankruptcy, yes, I will cross that bridge whenever I come to it. That might be an inevitability someday, possibly. I hope not, but it's always a possibility. But it's still only money, and that doesn't mean that I can't enjoy things. It also doesn't mean that I need to sit there and worry about money. As far as worrying about the next bill or whatnot. Worrying, do I have enough? There's a certain mentality that you get into whenever you are, especially whenever you're living paycheck to paycheck. Right now, money's a little tight for me. Not gonna lie, but I know that I will make more. I know that this is not uh, the the situation that I'm always going to be in. I've been in this situation before. I've had less finances before, and I've still gotten through it. So I know that I can get through this too. So there's a certain balance that you have to maintain of, you know, I want it and I want to be able to enjoy it, but I uh, I don't want to but I also want to watch my money, but I don't want to watch it so much that it becomes the be all end all of my entire existence. Um, so yeah, there has to be a balance there, and we have to achieve that balance, and a lot of that again goes to budgeting. Anyway, moving on. Let's see. Step back for a moment and look at the greater impact of your obsession with money, if this is in fact an obsession of yours. The reverse also may represent someone who is very stubborn and rigid in their approach. Look at your life. Being grounded is a good thing, but give yourself permission every now and then to break free and do something different. You don't have to be so serious all the time. Uh, Again, the thing with the King of Pentacles, if you look at him, he's very regal, he's very serious and everything. Just remember that whenever, if it comes up in reverse, maybe you're just taking things a little too seriously. And, maybe you just have to break out of that a little bit. Have some of that full energy of, I'm just going to toddle around and possibly walk off a cliff. Who knows? We'll see when we get there. Um, but that's the type of energy that the king in reversed is calling you to do. Don't take everything so seriously, but if you're taking certain things a little too unseriously enough, if that's even correct grammar, I don't think it is, but if you're not taking something seriously enough, maybe reevaluate, make sure that it's a little bit more serious that you're taking it. So and yeah, I totally did not have that completely pixel perfect there. But anyway, that is the King of Pentacles. Again, we are done with the Pentacles. That is all of the minor arcana completed for this channel and for your viewing pleasure. Again, if you would like to see, or let me know in the comments down below what you would like to see in 2024 as we go through the major arcana and then on to some other unknown. Let me know in the comments section down below what you would like to see for 2024. I think this would be quite, let's see, how do I want to put it? It would be a little refreshing to get away from the Rider-Waite-Smith for a while, maybe branch on to another type of divination modality or something of that nature. So yeah, let me, yeah, that was me moving my phone. If that came through on the mic, I don't think it did. But let me know in the comments down below. I'm thinking there are those tea leaf cards. I think I showed those I'm almost completely certain I showed those in a previous video. Actually, I know I did because I wouldn't have used them otherwise. But those ones intrigue me, and What do you think about doing those? That there's a lot of them though, so I wouldn't want to do all of. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Uh, or maybe an oracle deck or something of that nature. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below, or maybe even we get away from divination altogether and do something entirely different. And if we can make it, you know, the alliterative fashion of something with Tuesday, so another T, if we could do that, it would be fantastic. But that's all that I have for the Tarot Talk Tuesday for the year 2022. If you're watching this in the future, we've gotten this far, and there's more to come. And if this is your first time here, go back through the playlist. There's a ton. Not only all of the minor arcana of the Rider-Waite-Smith, but also so many reviews of decks and everything. So anyway, that's all that I have for now. Again, I will be off next Tarot Talk Tuesday and resuming in January for the first Tuesday in January. But until then, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye.